Well, news just coming in. Congress leaders are holding protest outside Railways Minister Sadanand Gaura's residence in Delhi, alleging announcements like bullet train and other public-private partnership projects of the railways have been made to provide benefits to the private companies. Congress leader holding protest outside the Railway Minister's residence. In fact, one of the leaders, Mukesh Sharma, even removed Rail Minister Sadanand Gaura's nameplate and stepped on it. Well, Asher Khan is joining us on the phone line with the latest. Asher, what exactly are the Congress leaders protesting against?
This is a budget in which there is no new initiative by the government, and it is out there to promote and benefit a certain section of the industrial society in this country rather than to benefit the entire nation at large. In fact, we saw the Congress Vice President also saying that the budget is not good, after which we saw that the Delhi Pradesh Congress Committee swung into action. They cleared out the house of the Railway Minister and did not allow him to enter when he was coming home from Rail Bhavan. On the other hand, Mukesh Sharma, who is the spokesperson of the DPCC, took out the nameplate of Sadanand Gaura and stepped on it. So clearly, though the DPCC chief Arvinder Singh Lavli has said that it was wrong to take out the nameplate, but yes, more action being shown by the DPCC here in Delhi. In fact, in the last couple of days, we've seen that there have been a lot of protests which the DPCC is doing, mostly about rise in prices, rise in fare hikes, and all these issues related to fare hikes.
Right, Asha, just stay on with us. We also have BJP Sudhanshu Mittal now joining us on the phone line. Mr. Mittal, how would you respond to these protests that the Congress party is holding outside the Railways Minister residence? They are saying that some of these projects that have been announced, including Prime Minister's pet project of bullet train and the public-private partnership, these projects will only benefit some of the private companies.
See, to protest is a democratic right of any political party. I do not grudge that. But I am very saddened by the conduct. Taking out the nameplate and stepping over it shows what kind of political culture Congress is going to manifest. I can understand the frustration, but I thought the mandate of people would have been respected by the Congress. The fact that they have been brought down from 208 seats to 40-odd seats should have been an eye-opener. There has to be constructive politics. Growth and continuity are two things which this budget clearly reflects. There were projects of the Congress. You see, we must understand that government is a continuous process. Government is not a process.
शांति से प्रदर्शन करना गलत है वो बिल्कुल मैंने इसीलिए रोका मैंने खुद हमको शांतिपूर्ण प्रदर्शन करना है यहाँ शांतिपूर्ण तरीके से अपनी बात रखने आए हैं और उसी को रखेंगे वो गलत है मैंने इसीलिए रोका सबको.
Right, so that was a quick reaction from Arvinder Singh Lavli of the Congress party. He's the Delhi Pradesh Congress Committee chief. He has in fact termed the manner in which this protest was carried out by some of the Congress workers as incorrect. You can see one of the Congress workers there who in fact stepped on that nameplate of Mr. Sadanand Gaura, the Railways Minister, as the Congress party was holding protest outside his residence. All right, we'll come back to the big points being raised by the Congress, but for the moment, let's focus on the budget and the announcements that have been made. Improving services, improving finances, that remain the single-minded focus of the government's first rail budget. While the government pushed for private investment and PPP model to fund development, the minister pushed for 360-degree revamp of passenger services in railways. The rail budget was sans any populist pitch with thrust on security, cleanliness, and even linking fuel prices and ticket prices. Let's in fact once again take you through the big ticket announcements that were made by the Railways Minister, as he'll be seeking cabinet approval for FDI in railways. That's the big one coming out of the budget speech of the Railways Minister. Also, future projects will be funded by a public-private partnership model. Tariff hike will be linked to fuel prices. Narendra Modi government wants railways to become the largest freight carrier. There will be lifts and escalators at all big stations, scope of online booking to be expanded. Passengers will be able to pick coach and seat. CCTVs will monitor cleanliness in train stations, and cleaning responsibility at 50 stations will in fact be outsourced by the railways. You will also get pre-cooked, ready-to-eat meals from known brands in the trains. Booking facility at post office will also be popularized. Government is also set to hire some 17,000 RPF personnel and 4,000 women RPF personnel. Government will encourage corporates to adopt stations. And yes, the first bullet train will run in between Mumbai and Ahmedabad. Also, there will be high-speed trains in 9 other routes, including Delhi-Agra, among others that will get semi-bullet trains.
It is the wish and dream of every citizen that India runs a bullet train as early as possible. Madam Speaker, Indian Railway is on its way to fulfill that long cherished dream. I propose bullet trains by starting off with an early identified Mumbai-Ahmedabad sector where a number of studies have been done.
And let's in fact get a status check from passengers. Joining us is my colleague Manogya Loiwal. She's joining us from Kolkata. Also, Pratibha Raman is joining us from Hyderabad, and they will be speaking to people to get a sense of how this budget has been received. Over to you, Manogya. There has been, of course, a critical response from Mamata Banerjee's party, who said we will not accept FDI in railways.
Well, absolutely, Mamata Banerjee has been opposed to it, and this time again we've seen that on Facebook she's written that West Bengal has been humiliated by the budget this time. Let's talk to a few people on what do they think about it. The number of people we've been speaking to have been extremely disappointed with the fact that Bengal did not get a single train this time, because they've been used to bonanzas and of course special offers always, be it workshop, be it special wagon workshops, or be it the special trains that have always been gifted to Bengal when the Trinamool Congress held the portfolio. Let's talk to a few people. कितना मुश्किल है, क्योंकि इस बार बंगाल को तो ट्रेन मिली नहीं है, आप बता रहे थे बड़ा मुश्किल है इस बार तो।
हाँ, यहाँ के बंगाल के नागरिकों हम लोग सभी मिलकर आशा किए थे कि नई सरकार आएगी, खुशियाँ लाएगी, किंतु खुशियाँ के साथ साथ तो यहाँ पर कोई सुविधा नहीं है। रेल बजट से तो पता चल गई सरकार कितना खुशी देगी हम आम पब्लिकों को। रेल बजट में भाड़ा बढ़ गया, डेली पैसेंजर जो हम लोग आने जाने वाले हैं लोकल ट्रेन का, उसका भी भाड़ा बढ़ गया। हम लोग आशा किए थे कि पश्चिम बंगाल में कुछ नई ट्रेनिंग होगी, उसको भी नहीं दिया गया। आशा किए थे कि पश्चिम बंगाल हावड़ा इलाका में, जहाँ पर अभी हावड़ा स्टेशन हम लोग खड़े हैं, यहाँ से मेट्रो रेल का प्रकल्प राजनीति के कारण बंद कर दिया गया। हम लोग सोचे थे नई सरकार आने से ये सरकार चालू करेगी।
Absolutely, it's very interesting to see that West Bengal has given 2 BJP seats to parliamentarians. There are 2 representatives from BJP, but none of the trains have been gifted this time. Perhaps one more reason for the state to go and think over the disappointment that we've seen over it.
Right, and let's also go across to Pratibha Raman to get a sense of what people are saying about the first railway budget of Narendra Modi government. Pratibha, over to you.
Well, in Hyderabad, it's been a mixed reaction of sorts. There is one side of them telling them that this could bring in some kind of a hope, but then there's another side that tells them that this could perhaps just remain a dream, like every other government that has promised them a whole lot of facilities, as well as security, as well as different other improvement in the railway system. Will this remain a dream or not? I have with me some passengers here. In fact, we are sitting in the Vijayawada-Kurnool Express. क्या आपको लगता है कि ये रेलवे बजट की जो सवाल उठता है, आपको ढेर सारे सुविधा की प्रॉमिसेस है इसमें, आपको लगता है कि आपकी कुछ उम्मीद है इसका मोदी सरकार का?
जी हाँ, हमें बहुत उम्मीद है मोदी सरकार से, क्योंकि अभी आज से लगभग 3 या 4 साल पहले जब हम सफ़र करते थे तो हमें बहुत सारी प्रॉब्लम झेलनी पड़ती थी स्टेशन में। जैसे कि हमारे पास एटीएम की उस समय स्टेशन में सुविधा नहीं थी कि एटीएम से हम टिकट ले सकते। उस समय हमें अगर प्रॉब्लम रह जाती पैसे की कि हमारे पास पैसे नहीं है, तो फिर हमें बहुत सारी परेशानियों का सामना करना पड़ता था। लेकिन अभी जब हमने यहाँ देखा कि यहाँ पर एटीएम की सुविधा है, तो हमें कोई भी परेशानी झेलनी नहीं पड़ती। अगर हमारे पास चेंज की भी प्रॉब्लम हो रही तो हम डायरेक्ट एटीएम से टिकट ले सकते हैं।
So he is of the opinion that we have seen some kind of improvement in the last few years, and he hopes that even Modi Sarkar will actually turn all those dreams of promises into reality very soon. Back to you.
Well, Pratibha Raman and Manogya Loiwal, thank you both for joining us. A distinct railway budget this time from the Narendra Modi government. The first railway budget of the Modi government will continue to bring you more reactions, not just from the passengers, but also from the market, which seemed to have tanked a little post the announcement of budget. Heading into a short break, we'll be back with more in just a moment.